I know people aren't going to like me saying this, but I honestly don't care. Huda posed that question to Pepe about regarding Hannah and Grayson because she wanted to make a mess for Pepe. Huda was not over the fact that Pepe low-key rejected her because he didn't want to pursue things with her. So she decided to ask that question in that manner and not own up to it to make a mess for Pepe. I'm sorry, but you can't convince me otherwise. I've been thinking about this and I'm just like, why would you ask that in that manner, right? So it's one thing to say like, oh yeah, I'm trying to have Grayson's back or whatever, so let me ask Pepe about that connection. And it's one thing to pose the question like, Pepe, what's up with you and Grayson's connection? Like, what's the deal? And posing the question in that way would still bring about the answers that maybe Grayson wasn't getting. So if we're being a girl's girl, right? If we're being a girl's girl and we want to get answers for our girl, Grayson, we pose the question that way. But if we want to be messy, we pose the question in the way that Huda posed it. Because what was the reason for bringing Hannah up? What was the reason? Bringing Hannah up made that situation that much worse for Grayson. And I'm just thinking about Grayson because she's the one that gets like kind of lost in the sauce of all this. You know what I mean? Like this whole Hannah, Pepe, whatever situation, like poor Grayson is just sitting there confused, not knowing what's going on, you know? So it's just like, it just made it worse. So it's like, girl, like Huda, did you think about Grayson before you posed that question? What were you thinking about? What were you thinking about? Because it just does not make sense. It does not make sense. And for what reason? That's what I just keep coming back to. You did not have to bring Hannah into it. You could have simply said, Pepe, what's your deal with Grayson? Do you like Grayson or not? What's going on with Grayson? Why aren't you exploring more with Grayson? Whatever. You know, you could have posed it a million different ways that didn't say, essentially, you like Hannah more than Grayson, and that's what's going on. What is your effing deal? And I think it wouldn't be as bad if she would have owned up to it, right? Because, yeah, the challenge was to, point things out and trying to get the truth out of people and trying to get people to explain things, right? But when you don't own up to that question, you acknowledge that you were wrong. And although you're not acknowledging that to anyone else, but maybe yourself and then Chris, of course, it's still the fact of the matter is you recognize that you were wrong in asking that question. And that's why you haven't owned up to it. And that's why you're feeling the guilt of it and brought it up to Chris. But are you feeling the guilt of it? Or is it really because you just feel bad? It made you feel bad for whoever called you a pussy for asking that question. And I know people are gonna be like, oh, people are always dogpiling on Huda this, Huda that. Bro, she does this stuff. Like, she literally does this stuff to herself. She does it to herself. I don't know what to tell you guys.